My name is Raymond Smith. My serial number was 1175894. I joined the U.S. Marine Corps February the 19th, 1951, and I was put in commissary. I went to Korea, and when I was in Korea, I didn't realize it, but I was in commissary there also. I'm very fortunate. I never shot a gun in Korea, or did I ever kill anybody in Korea. But it was an honor and a pleasure to serve my country and do what I did for them.
And is that something you always envisioned for your life ever since you were younger?
Well,
To join the Marines?
I had four brothers that were all in the Army during World War II, and I was too young for World War II. So at the time I joined the Marine Corps, there were four of us went down and enlisted, and three of them never made it. One had a murmur on the heart, one was colorblind, and one had flat feet. I was the only physical one in the.
Wow. So you felt more motivated to join knowing that they three couldn't get in themselves?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. And then how was the experience in the military overall for you, all the different?
It made me a bigger and better man than I was when I was a wild kid. Mm-hmm. When I went in, I was a little wild, but not dangerous. But when I come out, I was a good man and thought more of my country than I did of anything else.
And then what was the perspective you gained from your time in service, from before you served to afterwards? Any big perspective you gained?
Well, I would say, like I just said, it made a better man out of me, and I looked at my life and my country at a different scale. Mm-hmm. And I was very fortunate to go from a private to a sergeant in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, rise in the ranks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And had I had stayed in another 6 months or so, I would have got the staff sergeant rating, but for some reason I didn't want to make a career of it.
Yeah. And
don't get me wrong, one way I'm happy, another way I'm not, because I missed the Vietnam War. Mm-hmm. And I would have done my thing for Vietnam as I did for Korea.
And then, did you experience any challenges post-service while reverting back to civilian lifestyle?
Any what?
Any challenges post-service? So once you were done, did you experience any issues trying to go back into a normal civilian lifestyle?
It was no problem at all. I'd coming home on the ship from Korea. They took us by groups and sat us down and talked to us and explained to us what we might have to change. And it didn't make me, being a Marine, I wasn't looking at it. I thought I could whip the world because that was just a saying. And I knew then I couldn't whip the world, but I could handle myself if I had to.
Yeah, that's great. And then what does being a veteran mean to you?
What?
What does being a veteran mean to you?
Well, I enjoyed being a veteran. I went to the VA just not too many years ago, and first of all, I raised a family, sent them to school, and had them graduate. And when I really needed the VA, they said I made too much money with my Social Security and my retirement, and I would have to make payments to the VA if I wanted to use them. Mm-hmm. So I never used the VA anymore.
Yeah. But do you think the VA is very beneficial to maybe those that weren't able to, have a lot of money after their service?
I don't know what they thought. And I wasn't making a lot of money. I was getting a decent retirement check from used aircraft, and I was getting a decent Social Security check. Mm-hmm. But I always believed I was one that went in voluntarily, did what my country needed, and then when I come home 50 years later when I needed the VA, they were there to help me, but I was going to have to make co-payments to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. guess our final question is, what advice would you give to any active service members right now from Santa Clarita that are currently out there serving their country? What advice would you give to them after being a veteran?
I would say just go, if you're, once you're out of the service, raise your family, save the money you could, because sometimes you don't have enough money. Maybe the VA will help you, maybe they won't. I'm not bad mouthing them. The VA just couldn't help me,
Yeah.
is all I could say. It could help you or someone else, but I wasn't available to be helped.
What about any advice that you could give in the middle of their service? Maybe they're halfway through a term, they're kind of stressed out. Anything that would come to mind during your experience?
Well, being in the service, the way the Marine Corps taught me, you do as you're told to do, and don't think you're Mr. Big Shot that you could fight the whole world and get what you want. And if you enjoy the service, stay in for 20 years. It's a good retirement, and I had a happy 3 years in the military. It's all I could say. And I hope all the servicemen have happy times and good times in the service. And God bless each and every one of you that are in the service or veterans of the United States of America. God bless you.